We're going to turn now to the election just 5 days away, and something that we noticed, a number of polling places across the country, well, that number has been declining sharply. Over 20% of them have vanished in the past decade. This even as the number of registered voters has been increasing. Our senior national correspondent, Steve Osunsami, has more for us. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, Robin. As more and more Americans head to their voting places like this one behind me on these last few days of early voting here in this state, they're finding they have fewer polls to go to. In Georgia alone, for reasons people are still debating, about 400 voting places have closed in the last decade.
On Tuesday, Wanda Jenkins won't be able to vote at this fire station close to her home like she used to.
There were 4 voting machines all placed on this wall.
She'll need to drive 12 miles after her rural Georgia county went from 6 polling places to just 1 in 2013.
And a lot of people feel strongly that this was done on purpose.
Yes.
To stop black folks from voting.
Yes.
Her county officials say they're not trying to stop anyone from voting, and this argument is nationwide. Our ABC News and OWN station's data team found that a whole 27,000 American polling places closed in the last decade, 1 out of 5, and that the reasons weren't necessarily about color, but the impacts sometimes were. And our ABC local stations across the country report that their voters are having a harder time getting to the polls, often in low-income communities.
You got to drive a distance unless you living right in the area where the polling place is.
Over in Lowndes County, Alabama, Perman Hardy is trying to save the day, driving people to vote.
So you have a route?
I have a route because we still have people that still work on the other people's farm now that say, oh, I can't get off. I go out on that farm and pick them up on their lunch break. You got to stop to eat. So why not come go with me and let's go eat on our way to the poll? I'll bring you back.
She does it all in an old truck with a check engine light flashing.
There's a lot of excuses, but I don't take excuses. Yeah.
Some of what's going on is that it's easier and cheaper to find staff to work these polling places when you consolidate them. And we're seeing that especially in states out west where more people are voting by mail. Here in the South, we noticed something different, something that changed in 2013. That's when the U.S. Supreme Court struck down a key part of the Voting Rights Act, a landmark piece of civil rights legislation. After that, Robin, counties that used to need federal approval to close polls could do so on their own. Robin?
That was the difference. All right. Thank you for bringing this to light, Steve. Appreciate that very much. And to make your voting plan, you can use the QR code on your screen right now to find out where your voting place is located, or you can also go to vote.gov.